Hey there, good morning, my sweet little magnolias. Happy fucking Monday, or whatever day this finds you. This video is a teaching. It is not a tarot pull, and it is not for men. This is for women only, matriarchal women. None of the patriarchy is allowed to hear this message. So if you're part of the patriarchy, you can listen all you want, but you ain't gonna like what you're gonna hear. So, my sisters, I got a message from my spirit team this morning about the patriarchy and the matriarchy. Patriarchy is in its last gasps. In other words, it's dying. And they are clawing to hang on to power. They know that they're losing power. If you look around and see all the women who are waking the fuck up to the fact that they don't need a man in their life, you'll know what I'm saying is the real deal. Women are starting to wake up. Now, a lot of women don't understand why. They don't understand the spiritual implications, maybe. They know why. They're tired of putting up with men's bullshit. They're tired of being the emotional lifters, babysitting men's emotions, wiping men's ass, taking care of men taking all the credit for all the good stuff in the world, and when they're the ones doing all the bad stuff. Anyway, I digress. So what my spirit team showed me this morning is one of the ways that they're fighting to maintain power is some men are educating themselves on spiritual precepts and concepts, and then infiltrating spiritual gatherings. I know, stick with me. You're going to think I'm full of shit. Big old conspiracy theorist, but this is the truth. And I have seen it firsthand, and I'll share it with you in a minute. They are appearing in these spiritual gatherings as woke men, as allies. And then they start worming their way into a position of leadership, a position of power and influence, because they say all the right things. What they are wolves in sheep's clothing. They are men who have knowledge but no connection. So they've educated themselves on the concepts of spiritual life, but without the connection to source, it's hollow words and empty teachings. I'm a nomad, right? I go to, or used to, I don't anymore because of the patriarchy. Used to go to lots and lots and lots of nomad events. There was this one particular male who presented himself, and he's probably still out there doing it, I just am unaware, as a spiritual elder, a shaman, if you will. White dude claiming to have the indigenous people's permission to call himself a shaman. And when I went to one of his little prayer circles. And when I first was there, I was across the circle from him. And I was impressed with what he said, what he did. It seemed to be on track. But there was something that was bothering me just a little bit, and I couldn't figure it out. This has been years ago, y'all. And so the next gathering, which was either the next morning or the next evening, I can't remember, I sat closer to him, like 2 people away in the circle. That's when I felt it. That's when I felt the fake, the falsehoods. That's when I knew instantly that this man had knowledge with no connection, that he was scamming. Turns out this man is a serial womanizer. He lures women in with all of his spiritual talk, and then he begins to oppress them. I know this because I know one of the women he did this to the point that he almost enslaves them under the guise of spiritual mentoring. We have to beware these kind of men. Another way that patriarchy is grasping to hang on to their power is they are coming in to our meetings and they are attacking us. So last night I did a live and I had no less than 3 masculine people come in and start attacking me using the guise of religion, putting scripture up, doing all kinds of stuff, threatening me, threatening the people in my life with hell. Don't let them rattle you. So the message from Moscato this morning was very clear. We have to, as the matriarchy, make sure our connection to source is strong so that our third eye is wide open and our intuition is fully engaged so that we are not fooled by these angels of light, by these patriarchal men masquerading as matriarchal allies and spiritually enlightened beings. They are not. They are wolves in sheep's clothing that are grasping to maintain power because they can see that the matriarchy is rising and the patriarchy is dying. So if you don't have any other reason, ladies, there's plenty. But if you can't think of any other reason to keep your connection to spirit consistent, constant, strong, that's your reason. That's your reason. We have to protect ourselves from these predators. Predators come in all shapes and sizes, and they prey on us in all kinds of ways. So make sure you're pressing in, plugging in regularly, doing your spiritual work, connecting so that you can be completely aware of who is in your space. Okay? All right, that's the message from Moscato this morning. Love y'all. I'll see y'all in a little while.